Hey, it's me, and I'm coming at you from my sewing room, which is amazing. I have been working on my sister's quilt. I'm trying to get it done. Today is July 29th. Yes, today's July 29th, and we are traveling back to Louisiana August, this weekend coming up. So I think it's like the 3rd or the 4th. We're going to be there from the week of the 5th through the 9th, and then we're coming home, and that should be the end of us having anything in our home in Louisiana. So that's interesting, and then it's about trying to figure out what we're doing in the meantime. Anyway, too much information to get this video started. This video is something that's a little coincidental. It's not actually even about quilting per se. It's a side quest. So whenever I quilt, hold on, let me grab it. I usually will make a mini quilt that goes with the quilt. I just make it out of scraps. So like in this situation, all the things I needed to make the Irish chain blocks, I had extra at the end. I made them and then I cut them until I couldn't cut them anymore, instead of counting like just 16 per strip or whatever. And I think I got 17 sometimes here and there. I don't really know how it happened, but it happened. So this I put together when I was trying to figure out quilting threads. So I'm using a yellow on this back flannel, and I'm using a variegated purple on the front. And I was trying to make sure I was happy with that. And inadvertently, I diagnosed some tension issues. So I usually work it out on a sample. And that is what I did. But my tension issues lasted so long that I went looking for more samples so I could really figure them out. And I wound up with these little strips. So I hadn't made them into blocks. I made them into mini quilts, and I started sewing them. And then I got this inspiration, and I really quilted them like a whole lot. And then I attached the thread bunny, or the spider, or the leader, if you want to call it, like they call them leaders, enders, thread starters, thread bunnies, and spiders are usually what I call them. So I attached the thread bunny for this quilt. A while back, I was like, you know, I love a thread bunny, and I adore the idea of somehow like all of that work being witnessed and put into something, right? And I thought about maybe hiding them in the labels of the quilts or something, but this one is the bunny that I used for her entire quilt, for piecing all of the Irish chain pieces and then all of it together. So that's the thread bunny for it. So I took that, I over quilted, and I made a thread bunny bookmark. And I'm gonna make, because there's some red here, I'm gonna make a red tassel for the end. And then I got kind of inspired, and I was like, oh, I have another one, and I over quilted it. And then what I did was I made myself a little label. So it says Irish chain in purple for Shanna, that's my sister's name, and then it's got the date. So it's kind of like a little memory bookmark for me. Just kind of a way to like encapsulate the different quilts I've made. I think though that when I'm doing projects that are not necessarily going to be gifts for people, I'm going to make a thread bunny bookmark and leave it in books at the library that maybe say like, have a great day, or enjoy your reading, or whatever, and just tuck them in library books when I return them in the end. This is a thread bunny I have right now, and it is actually a miscellaneous thread bunny. So it doesn't actually have a project that it goes to, so I think I'm gonna make it a bookmark of its own. Anyway, I thought that was really fun. And then I was like, oh my gosh, because I have always, I told you guys, I love thread bunnies. I have always like kind of tried to make my future thread bunnies out of fun pieces. So like that one says, oh, bats. This one has lightning, and then I have 2 with swords cut out. I've always tried to make them kind of cute just because they make me so happy anyway. But now that they actually have like a life to go off and live in the world, they make me even happier. And I'm glad that I chose them in cute prints. So anyway, bookmarks. That's what I came on here to talk to you about.